In this video I covered the ASCO ABT electrical schematic and how to take readings on the ABT. Before we continue, remember, if you find the material in this video too technical, please watch earlier videos where I cover basic electrical knowledge. Keep in mind that the first 28 videos are best understood if you follow their sequential order. Now, back to our video. So, we are troubleshooting an ABT and I thought I would share this with you. As always, understand that the power comes over here and this is the load side that actually feeds into the equipment. So the name of the game is to either have these two closed so that it gets fed from normal to the load, or to open those and then close these ones so the load can be fed from alternate. To know which schematic applies to a particular ABT, just simply look at this thing. This one has fuses. So therefore, this is the one that is ABTs with fuses. And yes, there are some ABTs that do not have fuses, like this one over here. The light that comes on indicating power on is, you see, it actually gets fed power from the actual load side. So it doesn't matter if it's in normal or alternate, the one that is feeding the load, that's the power that is going to be energizing or keeping the light on. So what that means is that if the light is on and you're in normal, that is no guarantee that this breaker is closed. Here we get normal source of power, and they send signal to the circuit card. This is the circuit card. All of these test points are all of this. And by the way, this is the circuit card, and as you can tell, it just blew. So I'm looking for a leak of power that shouldn't be happening. There is this other schematic, and pretty much what I had done is this schematic, it make it look like it is independent, but it doesn't show that the for example, emergency Charlie phase, it actual joins the circuits here somewhere, and same thing with the emergency alpha. And what I mean by that is, like, if you look at this over here, so let's look at between A and B. According to this one, it's only A4. But if I look over here, A and B, yes, there's definitely this A4 contact, but then there is also power coming in via this fuse from the emergency alpha. So emergency Charlie, emergency alpha are providing constant inputs, and the normal source is also providing constant inputs to the circuit card. Also, another thing that we found is that there are actually two sets of schematics. And what I mean is that for this content plug over here, you can tell that Charlie and Delta, they gotta go through this switch, but in the second schematic, they actually they don't go through a switch, they just go straight to this contact. By the way, notice that this is alpha and alpha, so alpha 4, alpha 5. These ones are closed when you are in normal. The bravos right here, these ones close when you go into alternate, and obviously those will open. Consequently, when you are in alternate, then these ones will close. Obviously that one and that one will open because they are part of the alpha contacts. So either you have the Bravo contacts open and the alpha close, or vice versa. Another thing is this switch over here. See these dotted lines? Those dotted lines, that means that these switches are mechanically interlocked. So pretty much all of this is part of one switch that whenever you turn it, all of this turn out. And yeah, this over here, so right now they're making contact, but as soon as you move it away, now it will no longer be showing 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 and 6. There is another switch over here, the temperature switch is either pretty much an on and off switch, where whenever you have it in one condition, it's showing 1 and 2, and the other condition is just not showing any of those contacts. To check if these contacts are good, all you have to do is just simply stick your multimeter leads into the proper connection plugs, holes, and then just cycle the ABT. When in alternate, these two should be shorted, and in normal, these two should be shorted. This here at the bottom, this is the solenoid. This is the one that does the magic. Every single time it gets energized, switches the ABT from normal to alternate, or alternate to normal. So here we got two ASCO ABT side by side, one with fuses and one without fuses. Since we got problems in this one, we're gonna be using the schematic without fuses. There you go. So in there you got the letters that we're gonna be using to do testing. So here we're gonna test the solenoid. It's P and E. So we got our multimeter connected into P and E, and the multimeter reads 42 ohms. Alright, so now we read again P and E of the second ABT, and our solenoid is shorted. That's why it's blowing our secret card. By the way, these auxiliary contacts, they are actually located, they are limit switches all the way back over there. So you can see over there A5, A4, B5, and B4. Those are the limit switches. So, or contact, auxiliary contacts. That from top to bottom, that is a B4. And what actually activates the switches are these little plastic things whenever it presses the button. So the two here on the left, they are pressed, and the two on the right are not pressed, because the ABT right now is in normal. So therefore only the A's are pressing, meaning closed. Also that's our plunger, and our solenoid is the one we're gonna be replacing because we just read that it's burned. Keep in mind, just that's where the incoming power comes in for the emergency, and over here on top we got both the power going to the load and the normal leads of power, which the normal leads of power, and down there is where we had to check to make sure that it was completely de-energized.
Where's the